Hello there, Sir from 17 once again. This is my Thief Master Difficulty video walkthrough. We're going between Chapter 4 to 5, and this is the Sirens Rest that we're approaching. You should be recognising the rooftops at this point because you've traversed them before. And all that happens is instead of going to a certain part, you go to a newer part. And a lot of them, intercede with each other, so you're going in areas that you will be familiar with, even if you're not too sure why. And whenever you see an item like this, if you hit it with your blackjack, it will lower it. And I did this so that I could try to get to the lower level, because I couldn't see any way to go on the rooftops. And I ended up going down into this dead end. And because I've got a wrench, I decided to steal this plaque, which is incredibly evil of me. But behind this plaque is a switch. And I have no idea what it does. I assume it's a light switch. But I don't see a difference. So I pressed it, and I'm not too sure what changed. And this is one of those moments in a guide where I deviate from my path because I'm curious, and it kinda backfires, because I have no idea what that procrastination just achieved, other than trapping me in this corner with these two fanatical, crazy people that are parading the streets with red war paint on like some kind of Native American, war chief. But wait for them to pass, and then you can continue onwards. And this is the place I should have gone instead of going down the way I just did. Climb over these boxes, and it's going to lead us to the Siren. But I do think there's a place for this hub world. I think it's an interesting idea. I just think this game uses it in such a way that all it's really doing is masking loading times and expanding a game that is relatively short when you look at the sum of its parts. And I'm hoping when I do the side missions and the side quests that it fleshes out the town a little bit more, it makes it a little bit more relevant. This sequence here is quite tough. My initial route through this area involved getting them to kind of see me and then moving accordingly. But this time I tried to do a different pattern, and this proved to be much easier than my other one. So if you throw a bottle the other way, everybody looks that way, and it's going to allow me to sneakily climb over this, and then carry on towards the gate. Just be aware, whenever the eyes go yellow, it means they are incredibly aware, and if they see anything they don't like, it'll immediately fail you. So we're now at the Baron's Way North, and this always starts with these two fellas pushing forward. They're going to stop at this little fire, they're going to talk to those two civilians, and I'm going to follow this guy. This guy's going to walk all the way to this pier edge, and he's going to talk to the dude with the hat on and the crossbow, who's always there. And we're going to be moving on a path here that we've already been before. You've seen me do this path. The only difference now is, I don't know, maybe it's identical. Maybe it's just, darker. So you want to do the same thing you did before. You want to make sure you're always mantling when he's not looking at you, because whenever you flash white like that, you can be seen and it's immediate failure. And whenever you climb into this window, you want to make sure he's not looking at you as well, because it's another incredibly bright section. But once again, you're going to be hitting this door that you press X on to open. There's going to be a loading screen, and we're going to be on the Siren's Rest. This is a really nice area, this too, because you can just drop off this roof, you can go up that crate, and you can go directly into the claw point and across the roofs. And this alleviates so much stress that would be going through the town. We're going to be able to go and speak to the merchant dude again, so if you need to stock up on anything you've been using in your trials, you can do so. You don't have to, obviously. And then we're going to be taking a boat to the asylum, and then we're going to be playing Amnesia for a while, because that's exactly what the game decides to try and be, which is very strange. But I'll discuss that in that video, because this is not that. So keep on swooping down towards the docks. As soon as you see this area with the water, you know you're in the right area. And this is just another pub with another bunch of undesirables in it, or a tavern, as they like to call them in the game. I have no idea what I was doing there, maybe checking the capture software, but this is post cutscene. There's the guy who's going to sell us some goods, so we're going to check him out, see what we can buy. And look at these prices, man. This is when I discovered you could sell the poppies and the food. And they sell for more than a lot of the stuff you pick up, which I'm not even sure what the food does. I assume it is literally the literal sense of you eat it and regain life. But I have never taken damage that has lasted, so I wouldn't know. Because every time I take damage, I fail. And I was watching a stream of somebody the other day playing this game, and the chat was being super cruel on them because they weren't using focus mode, and you know, they weren't doing this and they weren't doing that, and you know, they weren't silently taking down this guy and that guy. And I felt like saying, I've beat this game twice on its hardest difficulty, and I have never used focus mode. I have never took anybody down. Am I playing it wrong? Because backseat gaming on Twitch is fucking ripe, and there's some really arsey people. You know, they think you can only play a game one very specific way, and especially on a title like this where it's intended to be played differently. So strange. Just stupid people, really. But thank you for watching, and you take care now.